All right, so testosterone alert this week, set off by Dennis Miller. Dennis Miller has been mixing it up politically in the past few weeks. You've seen it on Twitter. You've seen it on Jay Leno. Just the other day on Jay Leno, Jay's talking about, well, you don't know that Mitt Romney really understands the problems of normal people or whatever. And the whole war on women thing he's bringing up. And Dennis Miller went to town on him. He cut down Sandra Fluke, a 30-year-old college student. Here, I'll give you $10 for your birth control just to shut up. Things like that. And then he goes in and says, I care about the helpless. I don't give a rat's ass about the clueless. I just thought that was beautiful.
Oh, totally. And he's standing up for Ann Romney, and then, like I've been saying ever since with Chris Matthews, and then he ends up tweeting this, and I just love it. He's got, Chris Matthews weirds me out. I thought the point of getting post-racial was to get post-racial, not to get reflexively racial. I would so love to see Chris Matthews and Dennis Miller across the table from each other, because Dennis would walk up one side of him and down the other, and Chris wouldn't know what to do. But he's there. He will, and he'll take on our own side if they're being stupid. That's what I like about him. If you're being stupid, he's gonna say something. But he's upfront about going after the left when they say stupid stuff.
Frank Luntz was always the message maker for Republicans going back to Newt Gingrich days. Maybe they need to inject a little Dennis Miller up in there. I'm just saying.
A little.
A whole bunch.
Just a little. Yeah. Because it's funny when young people get all huffy about Dennis Miller because they are not aware that he was once a liberal. At least default liberal and on SNL and all that fun stuff. I've never been a significant fan of SNL. It's just not, because when it was, for the past 20 years, it's just been generally crap. So I find it funny because then you point out his old stuff that still makes sense, even though it's some of the stuff he clearly hadn't thought through fully at the time, but it still makes sense. He's still saying, no, why do you think you need to be involved with everyone's stuff, or what makes you think that your words are more important than the other person's words, because more words are always better, and etc. So he's always got it. He just never thought it through until last 10, 13 years. I don't remember.
Yeah. But I just love, he's got a sense of humor, and two, he's definitely got the fighting spirit.
Mm-hmm. And he's just funny. I mean, his show's good.
Oh, yeah.
I used to listen to him every day in the morning while I was getting ready for work, and then on my way to work, because I worked in the afternoon. I look forward to that. It wasn't intense, nasty politics. It was lighthearted. It was funny. He knew how to almost make us laugh at ourselves, how ridiculous some of this stuff gets. And if his show ever comes to town when he's on the road with O'Reilly, I'll go. I'll pay for that.
Yeah, O'Reilly.
Right. Yeah. you gotta take the O'Reilly to get the Miller. I know.
I know.
Well, I've actually heard though that O'Reilly's funny.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, with Dennis, he would be.
I suppose I know he's really good at the storytelling stuff because he was an English teacher, but he's still kind of a dick.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his show, never have been. But from what I understand, he's nothing like that. On this,
maybe if I hear him drop an F-bomb, I'll be a little more open-minded. But I don't know if that would even happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, don't hold your breath on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dennis Miller and Chris Matthews. God, I'd do anything to see Chris Matthews that red.
Cage match.
I would borrow money. I'd borrow money to go see that. And then we would watch
like a giant tomato with yellow hair.
Because then we would watch Chris Matthews slither away.
Ew.
Crying like a baby.
More like roll away, but...
Oh, you mean kind of like they did with them yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, they wheeled a dolly in there and carted his ass out.
I started him off the set. I mean, when Brokaw's telling you, yeah, you're wrong, then you know something's really wrong. You know you're really off.
He's really off.
So thank goodness we have Dennis.
Yes.
No kidding.
Hooray, Dennis. Well done.
And our friend Larry O'Connor does fill in for him once in a while.
He does.
Yes, he does.
You know, that deserves an award all on its own because Larry has worked so hard to get all the fill-in spots that he has. And he's been on Dennis during the RNC to talk about what's going on there. And he's done a fabulous job. And I'm just so impressed, too. So hats off, Dennis, for recognizing some talent there.
Oh,
Yay.
definitely.